there's a guy named John Friedlander who talks about this, the why. He talks about the why. Why are we
Mhm.
here experiencing this suffering all the time? Like, what is the purpose of this? And his perspective is really interesting to me. He said, and he told me this personally. He said, "We're here to explore obstruction."
Obstruction.
Yeah, explore obstruction. Obstruction meaning I can't
Mhm.
go where I want to go. Why?
Mhm.
And he said, basically, it's to provide a richness of experience that you could not otherwise have. You could not experience this depth of richness without coming into this 3D reality and coming up against something that
Yeah.
has resistance.
So the universe is very bored and decided to
Universe is
do
bored,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it wants to play.
Mhm.
And part of the playing is the negative with the positive. And it can't play without the polarity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's no subject to experience an object without polarity. There's no good without bad, no subject without object, and therefore there could not be a separate experience, an individual experiencing a reality of some kind, having an experience that could only be the one unified whole, and it cannot experience itself
Mhm.
otherwise. It cannot experience itself because there's no otherness, you know? So it decided, I want to have an experience of myself. So then it separated itself off and fractalized itself and made these fractals of itself forget what they were so that it could experience itself from another point of view. And that's the Leela that they talk about in the divine play that they talk about in the Vedic traditions.
Mhm.
Um, that's the play that happens, is God just looking at itself from different points of view, different angles, and having fun with that, you know? And so we are that. If we are that, then we have to experience the highs with the lows. There has to be a polarity of some kind in order for us to have an actual experience. And so that's why the bad isn't really bad. The evil isn't really evil. The good isn't really good either. It's just a perspective. It's just a point of view, um, of, of, an experience, you know? So
Yeah.
that's the divine play. We're all part of the divine act, or the theater production of the cosmos.
Yeah. The only issue to me is the the level of sadistic ideas that the universe can come up with to manifest itself.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
I'm not even talking
Yeah.
about my light experience in this planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talking about like really hardcore
Yeah.
stuff that happens
It's
to people,
mind-boggling.
and
Yeah.
it's like, why the
Yeah.
hell, man? Like,
Yeah.
why?
Right.
Why would you
Right.
need to experience that? Like,
Right.
you must be really bored
Right.
and get a life. That's what
Yeah.
I feel like saying.
Yeah.
Just get a blooming
Right.
life, honestly.
Yeah, but also that's just another, that's a judgment about some other experience, that we're not really having, we're not
Mm.
really a part of because we're having our own experience. So that's just us.
Yeah, but
That's
as
just us
animals we are, and as humans
judging another experience.
we can more or less have an idea.
We can have an idea, but that's still a personal idea. You
Yeah.
see, it's still coming from our conditioned response. It's still coming from our training on what is moral and what is immoral.
Mm.
When that's just a fabrication, there is really no moral or immoral. It's all just an experience of some kind that someone's having. which is hard for most people to swallow. I understand that. And,
The simplicity you say that, it's almost like, okay.
well, I mean,
I mean,
because it is so simple. It's
yeah.
so simple. Um, and, I make the mistake too of complicating it and, um, coming from a moral perspective and saying people shouldn't do that or they should do that. No, we all do that as it's part of being human, but are we able to step back from it and not suffer by it? That's the ultimate question for me. Are we
Mm,
able to see it for what it really is, and then therefore we can participate or not, and we don't have to have it affect us, and we don't have to suffer by it. Suffering is optional, you know.
mm.